Rob, election officials in Wisconsin stand behind their work. They say there were no irregularities or issues on election night. Around 3 a.m. Wednesday, Milwaukee police escort the director of the Milwaukee Election Commission out of Central Count. In her hands are the thumb drives with the final count of absentee votes in the county, once majority of the results were in. The state's election commission announced the estimated numbers, and Biden became the projected winner, according to the Associated Press.
I think if you're looking at voters who are likely to support the president or do, it's really the economy and it's public safety or law and order. I think if you're leaning a bit towards Joe Biden or a Biden supporter, COVID-19 seems to be the main issue.
One of the things that is amazing about Wisconsin is that when everybody votes, no matter how tight it is, the state of Wisconsin will go blue. And I think this has just shown the power of getting people out to vote.
The Trump campaign is requesting a recount, but election officials do not believe that is necessary.
It's insulting to our local election officials to say that yesterday's election was anything but an incredible success that was a result of years of preparation and meticulously, carefully following the law.
Political science experts believe the mail-in votes led Biden to victory.
Clearly what happened is that most of the Democratic voters voted by mail and most of the Republican voters voted in person on Tuesday.
It does look like the suburbs played some role here because there are some really important counties right outside of Milwaukee that are really important for the Republican base in Wisconsin. And it turns out that they didn't quite have the margins there. Trump didn't have the margins there that he did in 2016. So it seems like he did lose a bit of support in the Milwaukee suburbs, which is, again, that crucial part of the state.
And the next step in the process is to begin the canvass. After that, election officials will then certify all of the ballots and it will be officially complete. That could be up until December 1st by the time that certification is done. Now, when it comes to calling for a recount, according to state law, there has to be a very close margin and also proof of any irregularities. Live in Milwaukee, Felicia Bolton, NewsNation.